This conference will now be recorded.
All right. All right. It's Friday. Okay. Yesterday we left off on talking to the negotiating with the broker. It's gone good. Hope everybody got some good insight about that. Um, just a brief overview on it. Just basically negotiating with the broker. Man, want to be yourself. Be yourself when you negotiate. Want to be calm. You know what I mean? Like earlier today, when I was asking questions about a load, you always got to be prepared. When you adding up, when you look at the hours that they have to drive, when you're looking at the route where they gotta go, when you're looking at the rate, when you're looking at the miles, you know what I mean? When you prepare yourself, this is what you can do to basically make sure that you are getting the best rate for that load. It's preparing yourself and asking yourself, hold on, let me turn this down. But you always wanna prepare yourself for it. Okay? Always prepare yourself. You're gonna get good at this. You're not gonna basically learn this overnight. Nobody is. I didn't learn it overnight. You know what I mean? Didn't learn it overnight. Like I had to study one portion so I could talk about it, another portion so I could talk about that, so I could basically know what to come back with, know what to say, know how to maneuver around it. Because sometimes when you're talking and negotiating with these brokers, you wanna you may have to just go right through them, tell them what you want. You know what I mean, and be confident about it. If they say, "Oh no," okay, all right, you know what I mean. Move on to the next one. You're gonna get a lot of move on to the next ones. But at the end of the day, even if that don't work out with that broker or anything of that nature, just basically keep on going. Like you building. Just like earlier when we basically, looked in McLean, Texas and seen that $7,000 load, like, damn, what's going on? We called him anyway. Talked to him. Got his name, got his number. We know that he got reefer loads. He said 3, 4 days a week, making $7,000, going one way. And that ain't even taking that wasn't even negotiating. That was just we ain't even get we were so happy about it that we ain't even negotiate shit. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? When you negotiate with these brokers, you're basically gonna be calm. But the best thing about it is you're gonna know what you're doing. Let's train ourselves and know what just train ourselves to know what we're doing and know to be prepared. Because a lot of you say, well, I want to know, I just don't want to mess it up and everything. You're not going to mess it up if you're prepared. If you write down everything, if you write down everything and before you call, you do all your homework before you move forward, you're gonna be just fine. Because you're gonna be looking at it while he's talking to you. all your research, all your research before you make the call to these brokers is going to be basically a cheat sheet that's right in front of your screen while you're on the phone with them. You're going to be sitting right here on the phone talking about, yeah, nah, see, my driver got to go up on 80, and it's through the mountains, and then he's going to have to go across, and he got tolls. Then I know in that market is bringing about 319 a mile. You got me at 282. And then you got us driving at night. We gotta drop off at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? It's like your cheat sheet right there on the screen. As soon as you do your research, as soon as you write it down, as soon as you figure out your rate, even though they don't, even though they don't have a rate, don't care if they don't got no rate. They just basically allowing you to come up with your own rate. It could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, depending on how you handle it. But never show your cards unless you have to. Soon as the broker asks you what would be your rate on that, ask them a damn question so you can get all the information you need. Because they're gonna spit it fast. Yeah, this one's a one pick, one drop, picks up in such and such city, goes to here, got to be dropped off. You're gonna have palletized waters, 42,000 pounds. What's your rate on that? Oh, slow down, buddy. And let me go over this again. What's the commodity? What's the weight? What's the pickup time? Okay. All right. What was your name again? Okay. All right. Do y'all normally get these loads a lot? Okay. All right. 3, 4 times a week. All right. Great. What's the delivery? What's the miles on that? All right. Cool. You said the pickup time is when? All right. I was just making sure because I'm, calculating these hours and everything. So I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Cool. And his total miles is what? All right. Great. Get the total miles. All right. And what was your rate again? Nine times out of 10, when you go through all them questions, when they go through they spill and ask you to rate, but then you go through your questions quickly and efficiently, because you're gonna get your answers. You're gonna do it quick. You just basically getting the same information he told you in the beginning, but you slowing his ass down. So you just sitting there, all right. And what was your rate? As soon as you ask those questions and you ask him the rate, he gonna forget that he didn't already approached you about asking you the rate. He's gonna tell you, oh, we normally run this lane for about 950. Whoa, 950. Oh, well, what would you do? Oh man, next day you know, shit, we about to go over that shit again. So what's the commodity again? And the weight's what? Yeah, man. Shit, I gotta go up these mountains. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta, you know, change the diaper. So shit, you talking about 950, man. I'm gonna need at least about 1500, man, for me to do it. You need to get my tires rolling. Cause I don't like, you know, and that's giving you a gift. You know what I mean? You just go back and forth. I just had a conversation with myself. But you control it. You control it, you're calm, you're fast, you're efficient, you know where you're at. You're gonna basically roll through it and then be confident enough, oh, what, you can't do this? All right, cool. Hang up, go to another one. Hang up, go to another one. But see, next week, that's what we're going to do. All right. I hope everybody write this down. Now, we talked about equipment. Let's find a niche. Over the weekend, let's find a niche. Let's find something that we're interested in. Let's look around. Let's be that bug on the wall. See what's going on out there. Let's plant seeds. Let's get prepared. So by the time in the next week, we can talk to somebody, know what we're talking about, feel confident about talking to them. It's the preparation starts now. You know what I mean? I'm recommending it to do it. Find something, I think Keita said that she, hot shots and power only. Okay. Maybe somebody else may want box trucks and flatbeds, reefers or dry vans. Find something that you can connect with. So when you find something that you can connect with and you see it come along your way, you know how to talk. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I see you have a reefer, bro. Or sir. Look at the markets. All that's going to help you out with your negotiating when you're talking, like all your research at times, and you keep on growing. You're going to realize that you're going to be talking to people opposed to negotiating with them. It's going to turn into conversations that they're going to just say, okay, like, all right, let's do that. So remember, law of attraction. The best way to get somebody to do something that you want them to do is make them believe it's their idea. That's it. Sat there and talked to the man earlier today. Next day, he said, "All right, come on. I got him ready to drop 5,000 right now, 5 grand, 5 grand. So I'm able to dispatch his truck and charge him a percentage of it, all with his money. You know what I mean? All this stuff is going to just come to casual conversation for you. Negotiating, yeah. You want to know how to negotiate and all this other good stuff. But guess what? Nobody can teach you how to be yourself. I can't even teach you that. You be yourself, you learn it, it's always gonna work out for you. It's gonna work out for the best for you. Some people may not like it, some people's gonna love it. But at the end of the day, don't change for nobody. Always take always take constructive criticism. Don't get offended. Someone say, "Oh well, I don't like the way you do things." I understand. I understand. I get that a lot. At the end of the way, at the end of the day, you know, it's my business, is the way I run it. The only thing I can do is just assure you that I'm going to give you 120%. But if it don't work, it don't work. So don't never get discouraged. Don't never get in your feelings. You know what I mean? Because business is business. But you always be yourself. You be yourself. People that people going to tell you the good and the bad. Why he do this? Why he do that? He talk that way. But shit, he be finding them loads though. You be getting them loads. All right. Now, everybody still see the screen? We all good? These carrier broker agreements. All right. Things to watch out for, the carrier brokers agreements. You always got to be on your toes with those, okay? Do not waste any time filling out a carrier packet. Get as much information from your carrier so you be able to, do this. We talked about getting the carrier information yesterday. Get the carrier's information, okay? So you can basically easily move it over because you may need something different. You never know what these brokers may need, especially if you have new brokers. They add on stuff, okay? Because you'll be setting up these carriers and you got to make sure that you're putting in the right things because if they have a factoring company, okay, they got factoring company, you best believe you better put that on there because if you don't, they either going to be doing quick pay or getting paid in 28 days. Don't nobody want to get paid in 28 days. And nobody really want to do quick pay because really quick pay ain't quick pay and it gets on a lot of people's nerves. It gets on my nerves. Okay. But some of the automatic, so like you always like me, I like the online that like you can go and you do it and it goes real quick. If I have to upload it, I upload it. I already have it on file. You're gonna get that with RMS. Sometimes with RMS, you don't have to upload anything because RMIS, sorry about that, RMIS, they basically have all of it from the site, from the FMCSA site. Most of these, the My Carrier packets and the RMIS and the Rainbow, they basically have all their information, so it's easier for you to get it, for you to go through. The DAT or onboarding, if your carrier has DAT, then you can go on. You can if they allow you to go on their DAT, you can go on their DAT and then sign them up because they're gonna have the onboarding. Okay, right here on board. Like you can sign up, you can sign them up. They already have their information. They already have their information on there. All right. So always think about that. Then when you do the onboarding on DAT, you're gonna need their login. Normally they're and if they never logged in, normally their login is the first is their DOT number as the password and the username, or their email and the DOT number as the password. Either or, it's confusing. It gets on my nerves. I really don't like DAT onboarding, but you got to work with it. Truck stop, they have an onboarding. Some of the carriers that go through truck stop, they have their own onboarding system. So if your carrier is registered with truck stop, it could be easier for them to enroll. All right. And some brokers have the old PDF. Remember the PDF filler. All right. You can get that free for 30 days. Get that free for 30 days, that PDF filler. I like it the best because it's with Sign Now and they do what they do, but I like it. I like it a lot. The carrier setup process. All right. Got to be fast and efficient with it, because you don't want to be sitting on a carrier packet, and then your broker thinking that you ain't doing what you need to do. So basically, you're going to get the email for the broker. They're going to either send you the link, you fill out the packet. You never sign your name on the packet, okay? You always put the e-signature, and all the information is always your carrier's name. Don't put your name on there. You only put your name on the rate comms. That's it. The carriers, the packet, you set it up. As soon as you fill it out, you call them. You call them, you say, hey man, I filled it out, send that rate con. And always save the carrier links in the bookmark. Save the carrier links. They send you a link, bookmark it. So you can use it again for another carrier if you have to sign them up. Just bookmark them. Save the carrier PDF. Put it in their own little folder so you can have it for next time. So when you get a carrier, be like, I know where to put you at. Sign them right up. Yeah, I'm about to sign you up with Western right now. You about to go and do these round trips, man. See how you like that. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. Make sure you have all the information quickly. Make sure you fill it out. Setting up these carriers is very important. You don't want to get nothing mixed up. You want to make sure that you have the EIN number right. You also got to make sure you on their if their W-9's not pre-filled out, gotta make sure that you click on the LLC if they're a corporation, if they're a sole proprietor, if they're LLC with an S corp or a C corp. You got to make sure that you do that right. So you always ask them, even though you see it written down, you always ask them, because it's a difference. It's a big tax difference when it comes to it. So you don't want to be filling that W-9 out wrong and be doing business with that broker. Then they send in the taxes because they gotta report it as soon as they pay somebody. All right. These are the informations that you're going to need. W-9, COI, notice assignment, authority letter. Make sure the docs are in the PDF. Always make sure that your documents is in PDF so it's easily to pass through. The documents that you have from your carriers, put them in a PDF. If they send you a picture, then you scan it yourself and make sure it's a PDF. Because when you go through most of these systems and you try to send a picture, it's going to delay the process and mess it up. They're not going to accept it. So make sure you do that. Any questions? All right, factoring. Factoring is very important to you and to the carrier. The relationships that you build with these factoring companies, because you're going to have several of them. Okay? You're going to have several damn factoring companies that's going to poach your business. They're going to come after you. They're going to say, well, how many trucks do you have? Well, I have a couple trucks. I'm running there. Well, how many people do you come across? That's what they're gonna ask you. They basically sending you out there to work for them. So you bring you more because you talking to truckers every day. Because basically they what they want to do, which is a good idea, because as you're calling them, as you're calling the carriers, you can offer them more than basically you can offer them factoring. Well, do you have a factoring company, sir? Because this will help you get paid faster and help you scale your business and build your business in a timely manner which you're comfortable with. These factoring companies, as soon as you get done the load, they pay you within 24 hours. Would that be something that you'd be interested in so you don't have to wait for your money? Another thing to talk about. This this right here can lead to you dispatching for them. You can sign every last one of them up. And truthfully and honestly, I'm in bed with all of them. Because all your carriers ain't gonna be, with the same ones. All of them are different. All of them do business. They all got different percentages. They all got different fuel cards. Most of them accept, different types of credit. Somebody's credit, somebody's credit, um, somebody's credit may not be good enough for RTF. I mean RTS, but they can go to TAVs. TAF is like like one of your mediocre credits that you know what I mean. They work with it. They all right. What you doing now? Well, doing this. All right, cool. They see the money coming in, so these are factoring companies that you can offer your carrier services to, and these are factoring companies that you can basically build a relationship with as well, because they come across carriers. You talk to you get you a good agent. I got Ashley with iThrive, Horace and Andrew with TAVs, John with RTS, Samantha with Treadstone, Paul, Paul Landry with OTR. So you can work with all you want to. Signed up with all of them. If I send somebody out, like, what kind of rate y'all got right now? Okay, I'm about to send somebody shit. It's like I told my buddy earlier today, I'm about to send them to somebody. Yeah, you're gonna get a call from Factor in here on Monday. Okay. Yeah, he need factoring. He paying everything out of pocket, waiting for money. He don't care. You're gonna get carriers like that. You're gonna get carriers like that got so much money that they don't even know what to do with it. So here you are that can help them. Get carriers talk about, I don't need the money. Yeah, all right. So know the factoring companies. You know what I mean? Research the factoring companies. Know when you have a carrier, which one to send them to. You could talk to them. You can get personal with them. How's your credit, bro? How's your credit? Factoring companies extend credit to the carriers. Okay? So basically, what it is, as soon as they complete the load, you send all the BOLs, the signed rate cons, the pictures that you need to the
Give me my
factoring
wax
company.
stick.
Huh? Oh. But you send it to the factoring companies. Usually when you send it at 9 o'clock, they, depending on how everything is, they supposed to be paid. Okay? Make sure that everything is legible. Because the factoring company will say they're not paying it because of something. You always have to go, you make sure that all this like legible, the pictures is legible, the Raycon's legible, make sure that the BOL that's in the PDF is legible, where signatures can be seen. And if you ever come across a problem, okay, now you have to talk to the broker to confirm it. Had to do that, especially if you run into a situation where they can't see the BOL or the BOL's not signed. Now you gotta go to the broker and confirm that the delivery happened, have him confirm it through email or into the factoring company. Because you don't want to be 2 months down the line and getting a call from a damn broker saying that we need the invoice, we need the BOL, which you should have it, but it's still a pain in the ass. So make sure that you see the BOL that's signed. Get a BOL at the beginning, get a BOL at the end. Never allow your carrier to send the BOL in before it's signed. Factoring company. Don't allow it. Because like I said a couple of days ago, that's what my carrier did. She sent that shit in, they paid her. But here it is, if you don't get the right information in, and we would have just let it go, you don't send the right information in, there's going to be a couple weeks or a month down the line that they're going to say they need a signed BOL. Somebody's going to need a signed BOL, either the broker or the factoring company. And they both going to need it because the broker going to say, I need a signed BOL before I pay it. Then the factoring company is going to come to you and say they need a signed BOL before you, so you don't get charged back for of what we paid you. Don't want to have no chargebacks because they'll take it. You these carriers did a load, and the next thing you know, they got a charge ahead, and they load ain't they load. They took part of that money. But see, this is the bright side of which you can make money on side with these factoring companies because every person that you refer to them, you get a percentage of it. You'll get a percentage of their fee. They'll pay you like with most of the ones I got, I'm getting paid 10% of their fee. So if they charge a fee and they was getting $90, then I get 10% of that, $9 per transaction. And just imagine, like even if you ran into a carrier and didn't sign them up or didn't work out anything, but you referred them to the damn factoring company, that goes under you. They give you a portal and everything. So you can log in and all that good stuff. That's what they do. So the only thing you have to do is just take his name, number, an email, put it in the system, and somebody's gonna call them. They sign them up. Guess what? You probably making $9 off of them every month, not even knowing. So when you refer them, you know what I mean? You can still refer them. You can still offer them gas cards, fuel cards. There's something to talk about. Something to talk about with the carriers. This is a lot of stuff that you're bringing to the table instead of booking loads. You have a whole bunch of arsenals to basically talk to a carrier about helping them grow a business that they just started. You can help them with factoring. You can help them with compliance. You can talk about the equipment. You can talk about the rates. You can talk about the markets. You can talk about the routes. You can talk about the brokers that you have relationships with and how you build them. You can talk about what he wants to do and how he scales his business, or how he wants to, what's his expectations weekly. These are all the things that you could talk about. Putting it right in your bag. You just gotta get your Chanel purse, get your Chanel bag. But that's what you can do. Anybody have any questions? Anybody? Questions? Questions? No? Okay. Okay. Okay, man. You'll have a question later, man. Okay. Double brokering. Double brokering. Got to pay attention to it. You're going to see a lot of it in this industry. You're going to see a lot of it in with box trucks as well. Okay? This is when a carrier takes a load from the broker after the broker books the same load as a carrier with another broker or freight forwarder. Okay? For example, broker A posts a load for 3,000. Broker B / carrier books the load for the 3,000 as a carrier. Broker B / carrier will then post the same load for $2,000 for a carrier to take instead. So he don't have to take it. But he want to make $1,000. He want to make $1,000. So you gotta watch out for that. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Your driver basically gets it. He's gonna get a BOL. He's gonna get a BOL in the beginning. Okay. Now, where's the catch? It the broker keep on calling you, ask for the BOL after you pick up the load. The more likely is double broker. They say send me the BOL. You have a broker ask you for the BOL after you picked up the load. That's a red flag. Okay? Always get the BOL from your carrier before he delivers. When he gets that BOL, hey, take me a picture of that BOL so I can look. Because if the broker's name or the carrier's name isn't on the BOL that you originally booked with, if you book with Prime Freight and you get the BOL and Prime Freight ain't on there, or your name ain't on there, then it's a double broker load. You gotta see if somebody, hey, what's going on here? What are you doing? Because why isn't your name on there or my name on here? All right.
Somebody had a question in the chat.
Oh, y'all know I do not. Y'all know when I get in the zone, I'm in the zone. All right, let me see. You can't hear me, Trey?
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. That was earlier.
Okay. All right. Let's see. No, a carrier can't post a load. But see, this is the thing. Remember I was telling you because I got my broker's MC, and what I was wanting to do was pay the extra $300 so I could have a carrier and a broker's under the same thing. All right. If you have a carrier and a broker, then you can post loads because you're a carrier and a broker. But see, there's a gray area in that because you can basically book a load since you're a booker. I mean, a broker and a carrier. You can book a load as a carrier, but then and backdoor it and post it out there as the broker,
Can you put that screen back on top?
huh?
Can you put that other screen back on top? I can't write down. Yeah, thank you.
Right? So if if let's say the Landstar Landstar basically post a load. Here I go as a carrier. I'm gonna talk to Landstar. I'm gonna go to negotiate a rate of 3,000, and they're gonna give it to me. But then here I go backdoor it again and say, all right, I'm putting it out there for 2,000. See, Landstar, since it's booked with the carrier now, Landstar then took it off their board. But really, that load ain't off the board because I just posted it back on there just for a lower rate for somebody else to take. So you gotta be aware of that. Always ask the driver for the BOL, regardless. And don't think that you have to take the load. Don't think that you have to take the load back. Now don't do that. Take the load. Because now we're gonna get more money. Now we're gonna get more money now. Somebody, y'all done messed up. Because I found it out. All right. Prime example right here. That was a load I had. That was a load I had from Knoxville, Tennessee. From Knoxville, Tennessee, that was flock freight, a flock freight load. To Romulus. Now, see, and this is real. I'm gonna have to find the I gotta find the PDF. I gotta find the PDF of the broker that I got it from. They're right here. I don't know if y'all can see it and come in clear. But this was a flock freight. That was the original BO. That right here. That's the BOL. Okay. Now when we got that, I'm looking at it and I'm saying Owens and Minor. So when I looked at Owens and Minor, I found out who it was, and they was a freight forwarder. They was a freight forwarder. They was basically a big shipping. Okay. So with them being in big shipping, what they can do is because they can basically send all the stuff out. They're like the shipper. A freight forwarder is like a shipper. Okay, because the freight forwarder is holding all the shipments from everybody else that needs to be shipped, where they can't, and charging this the shippers. They're charging the shippers a fee to basically have their stuff on their property. See, that's the difference between the freight forwarder and the freight broker. Freight forwarder has a property that they can store shipper shipments and break it down and send it out. Okay? So what happened in this situation is Owen and Minor had it. They basically went to Flock Freight, which is another freight forwarder. They in business together, so they're allowed to do it. They're cool. I found that out because obviously I had to call Owens and Minor first. And as you can see, look at it. It's shipped to Owens and Minor. And yes, it was shipped from it. I don't know how I did all that, but it's shipped from Owens and Minor as well, here in Knoxville. So when I called Owens and Minor, they told me that they work with Flock Freight, that I would have to get in touch with Flock Freight. That's what I did. When I got in touch with Flock Freight and I told them who gave me the load, they said, well, we didn't give that to them. We didn't give that to them at all. We gave it to somebody else. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is the same paper that you see on the screen. All right here, I was connecting the dots. It went from Owens and Minor to Flock Freight, and then from Flock Freight it went to ARC Trans to True Fine Freight. It went from Flock Freight, it got broken down a lot. Flock Freight, ARC Trans, and True Fine Freight, and then M&H Trucking. It went right on down the line. And at the end of the day, M&H Trucking was doing the moving, and these two right here in the middle was making money. Can you imagine if you don't catch that? How much you're costing your carrier? We took this load because it was an okay load just to get us in the Midwest. We took it for $850 to get to the Midwest. After I did the research, it went up. It went up to $1,250, an extra $400 by catching this. That BOL, when we got that in the beginning, that BOL made us an extra $400. Yeah, I had to burn a relationship with a broker, but at the end of the day, guess what? You showing me that you don't care about me because y'all doing some shady shit already. So always get that BOL in the beginning so you can look at it and analyze it. Because if your broker's name's not on there and the carrier's and your name's not on there, then Houston, we got a problem. We got a situation. They're gonna sit there and ask you, say, well, did you pick it up? Yeah, we got it. So what's your ETA? Oh, we right outside your door. So what you want to happen? Oh, we're gonna have to fix this. We're gonna have to fix this and make sure that our name's on this. And this happened twice. I caught that twice in 1 week. Two different brokers. Twice in 1 week. Had to make sure that M&H Trucking was on there. You ain't catch that, we would have lost. We would have been doing a cheap load. Can't do that. I'm gonna find that original. I'm gonna find it. I'm looking for it now. But it was it for real. I got the rate, and then next thing you know, got the rate con. They kept on calling. Hey, send the BOL, send the BOL. Next thing you know, I was like, man, send me that BOL. He sent me the BOL. I was like, oh hell nah. And I like the dude. Like I really like the dude. So I was like, hey man, you know, we got a situation. This is going on, and we're gonna have to figure out the rate, or I'm just gonna have to cut you out. He ain't say nothing. He was like, I was all right. He was a good dude. But business is business. Always look at it. Always be prepared. And if you find it and you catch it, do your research, get all the names and numbers, because at the end of the day, once you catch this, you're building your relationship with the original broker that's giving out these high paying loads. Damn, y'all paying like that? Oh shit, what's your name? Come here. They got them. Now you didn't got it. That's how I got with Flock Freight. I knew about Flock Freight before, but before I couldn't really mess like the carriers that I had. They had young MCs, and you had to be there 90 days or whatever. Now I'm good. I'm cool with Steven. Call him anytime I need him. He'll point you in the right direction. He's not normally the agent. He's the person that was handling all the money. I'm okay with handling the money. After you find out you're on a double broker load, there's a process. Get all the information. When you don't see that carrier's name on there, you don't see the broker's name that you booked the load with, it's a problem. It's a problem. You're gonna call the shipper. They will tell you who they originally worked with, because they the shipper. They like, well, yeah, we got such as Flock Freight. All right. Do you know who you talk to there? Do they have a phone number that, a direct person that you could talk to? Yeah. So boom, you talk to the direct person. Now follow me now. And listen to what you just did when you catch this shit. The first thing you did was call the shipper. The second thing you did was call the original broker. Now the next thing you're going to do is renegotiate the rate while you holding on to their shit
Somebody in the chat said,
outside
"Can
their
you go
door.
back one slide, please?" I think it moved kind of fast.
That one.
I think that's what she's talking about. She said she has it now.
Okay, you got it. Okay, Shania. I got you, girl. Thank you, Keita. But yeah, you be right outside their door renegotiating the rate with they load that needs to be delivered. They're gonna do it. So here it is. You didn't build a relation. You didn't found out a shipper, a person that's in charge of shipping. Follow me now. You see this shit? You see how this can grow? You see how this growing? You done found a person that's shipping shit that that sets it up. That's in charge of it. And he normally works with this type of broker. See how that's growing? Now you talking to the original broker, another broker that's giving out high paying loads. You gotta remember, you have their load, you'll be able to get a better rate. Never deliver the load until you get the new rate con from the original broker. Consequence is you'll cut the other broker out of the load and they'll probably get in trouble. But that's not your business. That's not your business at all. And see, now I go hunting for them now because I know they do double broker loads. So when I have other MCs, I hurry up and do it and see if they fuck around and give me the load. My emails on the blacklist with some of these motherfuckers. I don't play that shit. It's a partnership. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get my damn carrier the money. And if you doing some fucked up shit so my carrier don't get no money, then fuck that. Love my uncle to death. I seen a man for 30 years struggle and go through damn, companies and get fucked over and don't get no money, get lied on and all this other good stuff throughout his 30 years. Love him to death. He may be beefing right now, but that's still my uncle. Seen him go through it throughout the years. You know what I mean? Driving a truck, calling you. Hey, I need a little something. They ain't do this. All right, cool, no problem. I got it. You know what I mean? So why in the hell won't we fight for them? Pay attention to detail. You know what I mean? Especially with these box truck loads. You mess with these box trucks, it's probably double, triple, fourth, quadruple broker. So you gotta pay attention to it. When you pay attention to all that stuff, it just gives you more knowledge. It gives you what to look out for. Because once you keep on doing it, remember I kept on saying I'm putting it in your head. Get that BOL. Get the BOL. And now look at the one of the things that we're looking at. Double broker. Now you should have in your head, yeah, you better get that BOL. Let me see if our name on that joint. So while he driving, I could work on getting us some more money if it's a double broker load. You know what I mean? But always do that. You gotta remember you're in business with your carriers. Y'all partners, you ain't gonna let your partner down, are you? Don't do that. Any questions?
I have
Okay.
questions. So just to confirm, the information that's coming from the carrier profile, is that the same information that's going on the broker carrier packet when you get it from the broker? Am I understanding that
It
right?
just how you know your carrier pro. When I say a carrier profile, okay, your carrier profile is going to have everything on there. You know, all the information about your carrier, his profile. Okay. Now, don't confuse a profile with documents because documents isn't a profile. The information that
Okay.
you know about your carrier is a profile.
Okay. Okay. I get what you're saying.
All
Okay.
right, you're sending documents to the carrier setup.
Okay.
You're
I
just sending
follow
the
you.
documents. It's good to know that, like, the reason why you want to have a profile is so you know what's going on with that carrier's information. So when the broker asks you, you know the answers.
Okay. I
That's
follow
why
you.
that's why you have a profile. You know what I mean? Like a what's that? Well, like I don't know. Some police stations, I have a jacket. You know what I mean? That's what they call it, a jacket. The whole big manila folder with all the shit you did, like a
I
profile.
follow you.
You know what I mean?
I follow you.
You know what I mean? Get their profile, get that information, get their truck information, their VIN number, their factoring, what kind of equipment, because you're gonna want to know that. If you get a flatbed, if you get a flatbed carrier, you got to know everything. You got to know a lot more questions to ask when you booking a load because there's a whole bunch of stuff required for the public safety of these roads. Straps, tarps, binders, ramps. You want to know that because when you're looking for a load for your carrier, you don't want to see something that's in the comments and then next thing you know have to call your carrier and be all like, "Hey man, do you got any ramps? You got any straps?" You wouldn't have to ask that if you asked that question in the beginning. You already know. So to help you book the load. So when the broker say, "Well, this one's going to require straps, tarps, some ramps," you be like, "Yeah, we got all that shit. Come on. Yeah, we got that. We good." So what's that rate again? 750. Oh, come on, man. I need straps, tarps, and binders and ramps. You telling me 750? She clip. You know what I mean? Have control. Have control what you know about. That's why I said this week, this your homework. Find something that y'all want to do. Find something that you want to learn. It could be it could be two things and then break it down. It could be one thing, then break it down. Because next week y'all gonna go into the fire. We doing this shit. Gave you a little parts of it today. You want to recruit someone or whatever next week? Let's recruit someone. You want to book a load next week? Let's book a load. You want to get a carrier next week? Let's get a damn carrier. You want to talk to a broker next week? Let's talk to a broker. How you think you're going to do this if you don't get better at it? If you don't try, if you don't practice? All right. Everybody can hear now? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can
All
hear
right,
you.
cool. Now, for everybody's asking about next week on how that will work. Well, I'm going to be working. I'm going to be here. Okay? We're going to have our regular time. Our regular time, 7 to 9, that's where we're going to do our role playing. So on Monday, y'all can sit in and y'all can listen. Monday night, we're going to basically do role play. So on Tuesday, y'all can make some calls if y'all want to around the regular scheduled times that I be on during the day. Okay? So it's going to be a whole worker process of which if y'all want to be there during the day, because that's what it's going to take between the hour these peak hours between 9 o'clock and 4 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and everything. That's when it starts. I want to have my shit done before 10. Truthfully and honestly, I'm pretty upset if I don't. And if I don't have nothing by 10, I want to have control of the situation, of my time. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to do all that. Like all this week, y'all been seeing me work. Y'all been seeing me go through this stuff. Y'all listening and everything. I had a full whole week of what happens with this shit. And it just goes. Y'all seen frustration. Y'all seen rates. Y'all seen conversations with broker. Y'all heard conversations with carriers, drivers. This ain't no bullshit. This is real. It's real. Y'all can have fun. I'm having fun doing this stuff. Now, handling the process. Did anybody have questions about double brokering? Everybody get like a brief idea about how double brokering is going?
Yeah.
Or y'all need me to explain it more? Let me know. I want to make sure everybody got it. Everybody good? Keita, is everybody good?
Yo, can you hear me?
Handling the pro. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I was just making sure. I was trying to talk earlier, and it was like I couldn't get through.
Oh, what's up, brother? What you got?
Nothing. Oh, so with the double brokering thing, it's like who could really be the black sheep? Who could really be the thief? Who you got to watch out for?
The middleman, the person that you're booking the load with,
So the broker,
the
right?
broker that you're booking the load with.
Right.
That's who you gotta watch out. That's who you gotta watch out for. Cause the broker that you're booking the load with, they're giving you the rate. See, you're negotiating the rate with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're sitting here talking to them, and you like, man, like you can't give me $200 more. You can't give me no, no. That's all I got, sir. That's the only thing I got. No, please hold. Go put you on hold. You know what I mean? But you're negotiating with them, and once you finally get it, all right, cool. But then that's why you get the BOL. Always get the BOL. because that's how you're gonna find out. And when that broker, like, it's gonna give you a red flag because that broker is gonna be blowing you up, talking about your drive. What's your ETA of the driver? Send me BOL. They ask you for the BOL when you pick up. It's a red flag.
Mm.
They ask you to print forms out and check in as somebody else other than their name. It's a red flag.
Right. Okay.
Cause why am I booking a load with? Why am I booking a load with you and gotta go ask for somebody else? Why am I booking a load with you and another carrier's name or your name's not on there? Okay, we're gonna get this load, and by the time I gotta drop it off or whatever, guess what? You shit. I'm taking the load.
Right. He the black sheep because the carrier manager and the carrier already have the carrier and dispatcher agreement signed. So it's like you two versus the broker pretty much, right? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to
Can you
look
pull
for it.
that BOL you had back up? And I missed that. I missed that part when you were showing what a name should be.
Yeah, I want to see
Okay.
that too.
My daughter was screaming for no reason at all, so I missed that whole little snip right
Yeah,
there.
it's about that time for him to start screaming. You gotta get that night quill, girl. Put it on his gun. Wow. Right there. It's a night quill, but I'm gonna give him the whole cap full. Just
I
put a
feel
little
bad.
bit of
I feel bad doing that. I attempted to
hey.
do it to my son one time, and what messed me up when he was young, he was probably about 7, 8, and I attempted to do it, and he was like, "Is this something to make me go to sleep?" And I felt so bad, and I said I would never do that again. So that's the only reason why.
Man, what? Yo,
Nah, you just tell him not like, nah, baby, it's gonna just give you good dreams. That's all, baby. Come on. That's it. And just rub their head. You know what I mean? I don't know why this taking off. Oh, there you go. There you go. Right there. Okay. On a BOL, you're gonna have the shipper's name. You're gonna have the person that is going to to a ship to the receiver's name. Like this was going to Romulus. It was coming from Knoxville and went to Romulus. And some of the BOLs they have who they paying, who you bill, prepaid. You see that? We all know what prepaid means. We know what it means. They already got paid for this shit already. Carrier name, right there, highlight it.
So are they saying the broker already got paid?
Yeah, this is where the bill. This is where the bill go to. The broker already got paid. This is prepaid. You just send the bills to him. Any kind of bills you send to him. This is already prepaid. He already prepaid for this. The shipper did. It's prepaid, and you gotta realize it's on the minor trucking, on the minor, all of his this whole sheet's owner of minor. That whole sheet. They sending it to themselves. They making so much money that they sending stuff back and forth to each other and paying for it to happen. So
So
yeah,
it's
it's
you.
already this load. because you got to realize, remember, running credit, you got to realize some shippers do not prepay. You know, a broker when the broker and the shipper is negotiating, sometimes the broker be all like, "Hey man, I want to get paid up front for all this." Sometimes the shipper do it, sometimes the shipper don't. The factoring works with the brokers just like it does with the carriers. When that broker needs that BOL, that broker needs the BOL too. The carrier needs the BOL to get paid. The broker needs the BOL to get paid. Because these brokers have factoring companies too. All their shipments not prepaid. You're gonna hear, you know, brokers say, well, let me check with the customer. Let me see if I can get that. Let me call you back. Sometimes they ain't gonna call you back. Sometimes they will. Y'all see me get a couple callbacks for the money I wanted. All right, let me know, man. Click. Next day, you know, phone ringing off the hook. So yeah. So basically, you know, keep everything in order with these shippers as well. What they doing? That's what they doing. Hold on, real quick. So the BOLs. So the BOLs. Always pay attention to the BOLs. Always pay attention to the BOLs. Get the BOLs in the beginning and look at it. Make sure that the broker that you worked with, basically his name's on there or your name is on there. Any questions? Questions, anyone?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I got one right quick. I put it in the chat box though. Did you I was just trying to understand that I understand how the money roll. It goes shipper to broker, broker to carrier through you, paid by. I mean, did you see it right quick? It's my lips trying to swell up. Is that how we rolling?
What'd you
From
say?
broker to, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I'm talking about the way that the payments go. The shipper pays the broker pays the carrier, but through you, and then you receive your payment from the carrier, right?
What you talking about? No, I don't like me, I no, they don't pay me through. They don't pay me. Like the only people that pay, the only person that pays me is the carrier.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
just
was.
make sure, I just make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
that's what I said.
when
That's what I said. But the broker pays the carrier pretty much. But you see what I'm saying? Even though it's coming through you, the carrier has to come back through because you all signed the
yeah,
carrier management, right?
yep, the agreement.
Okay, I mean the carrier agreement. I apologize. That's how the carrier agreement.
Yeah. So the shipper, see, we don't have no shit. That's why the broker don't want us to have connections with the shipper
Could that cut him out,
because
right?
we can
Right.
go
Okay.
around them.
All right.
We can get the real money then.
That's the same as with the driver connecting with the broker, though. You feel me? That'll be cutting us out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we trying to
That's
keep
why you
everybody away
protect
from everybody,
yourself.
and
Remember
we
the
and we
agreement?
right.
The agreement? That's the agreement right there. You're building them. You're helping them. You gonna cut me out? Shit. Okay. You go ahead and do a load with anybody that I set you up with. It's gonna be trouble. Trouble. And I can find out. I can find out. That's where the relationships come in. You know what I mean? Like when you set yourself up with these carriers and doing all their stuff, it'll let you know when they take you off of dispatch, especially with RMIS. You'll get an email saying that the account changed. Say the new dispatcher and the old dispatcher be you. Know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're on high alert. You go through all your doc. All right, that's who I you put them on your carrier 411 list. That's who I set y'all up with. All right, let me find out. Because you're in breach of an agreement. You run one load, you're in breach of an agreement. And y'all check out number 11 on that agreement too. 7 and 11. Check out those. Them two things are powerful. Read it over. As soon as you get done reading number 11, you're gonna be like, damn. Because number 11 basically says if you break any of your obligations, you can suffer punitive damages up to $10,000. Go ahead and read it. Because you're doing a lot. That's why I say you're just more than a dispatcher. Because you're doing a lot. You're helping a business, you're helping them grow, you're building relationships with people that's putting money in their pockets and helping their business grow. You're keeping it all together. You're helping them be compliant if they need it. You're being a psychologist when they need it. You're being their accountant when they need it. You're being their their secretary when they need it. You know what I mean? But that's why this is very important. That's why I say you can't take this lightly.
So
It's
if a
more than it.
double broker,
What's up,
if
honey?
if a double brokerage is going on and their name is on the paperwork and something happens to the load en route, who's responsible since your name is not on the paperwork?
They're responsible. And you're responsible. You're like it goes down the chain. It's like you won't get in trouble. The carrier's not going to get in trouble. If something goes down, it's going to go down the chain. Well, back actually up the chain. Because guess what? You like let's say you're on a load, something happens, DOT stop, something holding up the load where it's going to be late. Has to be repowered. Something's messed up. Well, guess what? The broker that they if they know they in double brokering and all that good stuff, the broker that you book with, they sweating bullets.
Okay, is that one of the reasons why they keep calling too, to see, because they know that they're responsible for that load that they double brokered,
Mm-hmm. They
and you have
sweating
no clue that.
bullets.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So they
Sweating
taking a
bullets.
chance too doing that. Mm,
They rolling the dice.
yeah.
They rolling the dice. And then the next thing you know, they gotta explain to the original broker what's going on. See, that's how I met Lou. I met him on the other double broker load. He's with Lewis and Clark. He's sitting there, man. The only thing they had to do was communicate with me and let me know because this load needed to have been dropped off a long time ago. He the man. I talked to him. I got his perk like shoot. I talked to him anytime I got box trucks or something in South Carolina. Guess what? Lois and Clark. There's a good name for them because they always, Lois and Clark was explorers. So they exploring the roads of the country, giving you loads. So yeah, they're gonna be sweating bullets, honey. You good. Cause you ain't know it was double broker. You the last of the totem pole. You getting paid the less. But when you
You're
find
taking the
out,
most
it's like,
chances.
well, yeah. And it could really happen too if you go on a DOT stop. Because you're gonna have rate con from one broker that you signed with, right? Then you're gonna have a BOL with another name on it. And they don't even have the name of the original broker. So if a DOT officer want to be an asshole, they're gonna say, who load did this belong to? Who is it? Who's gonna get the violation, if anything?
The carrier.
The double broker
Now the
The
carrier
carrier
gonna
gonna
get a
get the
violation.
or the
violation.
carrier? Oh,
Carrier gonna get the violation, but then now the carrier gonna have to do because if they basically don't know who the load is, it's a possibility that the carrier might get shut down until they figure everything out. That could happen. Anything can happen at a DOT stop, an inspection that they call it. That's why they're trying to do the EID, the electronic identification. So when they have the DOT stop and inspections, they can just run your ID and see what's going on, see what they got to look for. You know, just like the police. They fuck around and pull you over, they run your tag first. Next thing you know, they ask you for your driver's license. Make you wait in the car for 10 minutes, then come back talking about, do you have any weed in the car? Nigga, what? Oh, you've been looking at my, you know they all say dismissed, right? Come on now. That's the only thing they doing with that EID. I don't think that's gonna be good. I said that I don't think that's gonna be good. There's gonna be a lot of drivers that's rolling good and everything. Them your best drivers, the ones that getting these damn DOT inspection warnings is the ones that you want sometimes. Because they always on time. They may have like, all right, they was speeding. Damn. They don't got no accidents though, and they always on time. His ELD always messed up. Man, it happens. We got the logs. When you get a good veteran, you get you a good veteran that know how to work them logs. Now that's some gray area shit. Like that's, you know what I mean? Trying to teach y'all the good stuff. You know, like, but you know. That's how I know it, because I talk to these drivers. You know what I mean? When you sitting here talking about, man, I gotta worry about my driver's hours and all that good stuff, and then you talking to your driver, and your driver be all like, hey, I'll worry about that. You just booked the load. Oh, what you mean? Don't you just booked the load. Nah, let me know. Well, this is what I do. He let me know. I turn it off. I adjust my log. Oh shit. For real? Yeah. Oh, how long you been doing that? Since we started. Well, for years. Oh, okay. You ever get caught? No. Oh, no inspection? Inspection, but they got my logs. Oh, all right. And everything works with IFTA? Yeah. Okay. You just fill in the gaps. Oh, because you want to know what they do? They send you to the DOT inspection building, and then they basically tell you to show unverified time. Oh, really? Okay. Hmm. Now that'd be a layer teaching as you go. You'll learn that. You learn that with these drivers. Not so much with the new drivers, but the veterans that's been in the game for 6+ years. They know what the hell they doing. They know what they doing. Any questions? Somebody, anybody. Questions? None? All right. So handling the process. There's always a process. And everything that you do is like I said, because basically only thing I'm just showing and the only thing that I'm just doing and training all this week was a process. It's just a process. But here is the process that you want to start. You have to be consistent in your process. You have to basically keep on going and going and going. Get better. If you mess up one time or if you make a mistake, only thing you have to do is just basically adjust it. Don't get it discouraged. Fix it. Each time that you book a load, you're going to be going through this process. This process has been going on for years and years and years and years and years. It never failed. It never failed at all. Make sure that you have everything in place for you to be quick and efficient. You want to have a process before you, when you start it. You want to have a process when you're talking to carriers. You want to have a process when you're talking to brokers, drivers, handling situations, booking loads. Have your process. Stick to them. Start building your process. Like I was saying earlier today, 2022, here you come. Take these first 21 days and build a process. Get better. Make you a goal sheet of what you're going to do in the next 21 days to basically say, this is what I want to do in the process that I want to take. Process number one, when you go into booking these loads, find a load. That's what you're going to do. You're going to find a load. Find it. Search the load boards. Use your broker's list. Don't just use one load board. There's many of them out there. Use everything that's accessible to you so you can find the load for your carrier. Evaluate. While you're looking for a load, you have things to consider: the deadhead, the trip miles, the hours, the rate, the time. Evaluate it. Be prepared. Be prepared for what you're about to do. Pull up the maps. Look for the backhauls. Look at the regions. Look at the lanes. Look at the routes. So now when you found that load, you evaluate it. Now you're going to be prepared to do what you need to do. You ready. You ready to go. You ready to fight. Now when you got done evaluating, you're going to call the broker. You're going to ask the questions that's needed for the load. You're going to control the conversation. Be quick. Get to the point. Build rapport. Hey, what's the commodity? Oh, okay. Oh, what the hell they doing with all them grapes, man? They making wine? Oh, all right. What's the pickup time? Great. All right. What's the trip miles on that? When do it have to be delivered? All right. Yeah, you know it's snowing up there or raining up there or sleeting up there right now, you know. But hell, we'll talk about that later. How much does it weigh? That's cool. Are you in? Hey, it's New Year's. What you trying to do? Are you working on New Year's? No, I'm trying to get out of here. When you trying to get out of here? About 3 o'clock? Oh, you trying to make it early, huh? That's cool. What's the rate? Call that broker. Control the conversation. When you make conversation and control the conversation and ask the questions that you need to be answered, you're going to eliminate the ums. Going to get you hung up on. Okay? Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to answer a question that you don't know the answer to. You control the conversation. You ask the question that you need. So you can make a quick decision on if you're going to book this load or not. Book the load. You negotiate it. You got the load. Everybody's good with it. Book the load. The broker's going to send you that rate con. You get that rate con. You make sure that it's signed. Go through your rate con process. Keep on going through that process. Sign the rate con. E-sign, save rate con, send the rate con to the broker and carrier, give the information to the driver, put it on file. TMS system. If you have a TMS system, put it in the TMS system. You should have one.
Can you go back to 5? I didn't get all that quick.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
Okay, I have it. Thank you.
All right. Frozen on damn champagne. I'm sorry. Now I'm having mouse difficulties. Can you believe this shit? It's your TMS system. If you got one, use it. It's going to help you keep up with things. Check calls. This is all during the load. Because always remember, load's not complete. The load's not a load until it's complete. Y'all didn't see that with me this week. Didn't see this with me this week, okay? A load is not a load until it's complete. Had a driver yesterday. They could pick up at 9 o'clock. They calling me at 9:50, talking about they won't load us. Why don't they load? When did you get there? Oh, we just got here. We were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. Well, yeah, what? Y'all just calling me now? Check calls. Doing the load. Follow up with the load delivery. Always going to follow up with it. And these are the simple steps. BOL, you're almost there. Get the BOL from the driver, download it, send it to the factoring, carrier, broker, put it in the carrier's file, BOL. There you go. You get all that done, loads completed. Now do it again. Great job. Do it again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Know what I mean? That's what you can do. Keep on doing it again. Keep on getting better. Keep on getting better. It's the only thing you can do. And y'all will. See, now this week you learn the process. Next week you're going to practice it. By the time that you leave, guess what? You're going, all right, this is it. Take a deep breath. This is it. And these are all processes. Learning how, like everything that we did all this week is all processes. Learning the process of talking to a carrier. Talk to them about equipment, other things. Learn these things. Talk to a broker, process. Talk to a driver, process. Looking at a Raycon, process. BOL, process. Double brokering, process. Build your own process. Get better at it every day and build it. And guess what? You'll see it. Manage your time. Got to manage your attitude. You got to have the best attitude, even when you don't want. Even when you don't want to. Know what I mean? We're gonna get frustrated. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. That's all right. Don't let it get to you. Like, all right, you have a bad day. Say, you know what? I'm gonna find out what I can do better. Ain't nothing wrong with self-critiquing yourself. You know, being a self-critic. Don't need to put yourself down. You know what I mean? I got into this. I found out only how I'm gonna move forward is when I'm tired of my own shit. I was tired of just not doing nothing, being depressed and all this other good stuff. I found something, holding on to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all got all the recordings. I got everything recorded. I just haven't had time to download it and all that good stuff. That's all. I just ain't get to it yet. You be calling me out, Shanae. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get to it, honey. I'm gonna get to it, I promise. We're gonna get all the recordings. Cause all this smoke. You know what I mean? All right. Well, anybody have any final questions? Anybody have anything that's on their mind? We could chop it up. We're about to end the first week. All right. We're about to end the first week, heading into next week. But we're gonna keep on going because I won't be here tomorrow. I hope to see y'all. We're gonna be working. Get some practice in tomorrow.
What time tomorrow?
Probably around, hold on, let me see. It'll probably be earlier, like around 9 o'clock. I'll be on for a while. I'll be on for a while, 9 o'clock, moving forward. Like I don't even know. Probably till Kentucky play. Kentucky playing in the bowl game. We playing Iowa.
You work 7 days?
Huh?
You work 7 days? Do you have a designated day off that you take, or you work 7 days?
You always working when you always working when you got trucks on the road.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You always like it's like you always working when you want to get like I want to get better at this. You know what I mean? Is it really work when you love it?
No, and you love it.
You know what I mean? Is it really work when you love it? Does it really work when you can make up your own schedule, you know, communicate with people, build relationships with people? It ain't, I don't even look at it as work. You know what I mean? I don't even look at it as that. It's, it's good. It's good. The only thing I have to do is just keep my mind focused. Don't let the little things, get to you. Know what I mean? All right. Any other questions? Homework. Find a let's find something that we can try to latch on to, learn about more. Find one equipment to learn about more. All right. Research it tomorrow at 9 a.m. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. But homework. And don't forget that I forgot about the test either. I don't want y'all to be walking out of here talking about, all right, we don't got no test. It's gonna pop up on you. Just letting y'all know that. So don't be thinking that y'all don't got no test. Just just letting y'all know that. Okay. Okay.
Doing this research, what are we actually? What am I looking for when I do this research? As far as other than what you already
Okay.
told us about each
Okay.
equipment mode.
So you're looking. So what type of equipment you want to look at? What's something that you're
Well, that's,
interested
I
in?
guess that's really what I'm trying to figure out what's going to determine what I pick. What am I looking for as far as the different things that's going to do, how easy it is to load it or what? Because it looks like it's not a lot of
No,
box.
not
So
how easy it is. It's just basically, the equipment. If you're looking at the box truck, just Look at the box truck. Look at what the box trucks may need for the loads
Okay.
that you're going to be booking for 'em. You know what I mean? Look at the different makes and models of the trucks.
Okay, that's what I need
So
to,
you can
because I know
so
nothing. Different makes and models.
yeah, different makes and models. You can look at it like a box truck with a lift gate, box truck with a sleeper, a 24-foot box truck, a 26-foot box truck. You know what I mean? Is it a Peterbilt? Is it an international?
Okay.
You know, look at things that's going to help you gain the knowledge. So when you talk to a person that has one of these equipments, that it's easy for you to talk to them,
Okay. Okay. I was all over the place with that one. Okay. You helped me with that.
right? Because you're going to be talking to carriers, and you're going to say, hey, you be like, well, I got me a box truck, and I'm trying to get the wheels moving. Well, we just got it, and you know what I mean? They're going to tell you. But that's cool. All right. What do you have? Do you have a pallet jack with your box truck? What's the make and model? What's the year? When did you purchase it? How long have you
For
been
each one
running?
that you may be interested in,
Huh?
and do that for like each one you may be interested in, because I'm trying to decide between the box truck and the dry van.
Okay.
So,
So if you're looking at the reefer and the driving, if you're looking at anything with a trailer, then you're also going to be looking at a tractor or power only because it has to pull it. So if that's the case, you're going to be looking at information of all three, the tractor, the box truck, and the van or the reefer or the chassis or the flatbed. You know,
um,
there's information that you can gain. You know, like okay, the reefer. You know, that's another animal. You know, you got to put gas in the reefer. You got a radiator on it. Got temperature, temp control. Ask them what years they reefer. Has your reefer ever been worked on? When's the last time it was maintenance? You know, research it. So then now, when you research it, you can talk to the carrier about it, get the information that you need to help book a load for them. And then when you go to book a load for them, now you talking to the broker because you know the equipment that you have. You already prepared yourself to talk to them. So now you can just dive right in. So just find something. You don't have to find them all. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to know all the equipment. But just find one so when next week come, when you say, all right, well, when I ask like I was asking earlier, all right, give me equipment, give me an origin, give me the length, give me the weight. 'Cause that's how we're gonna get better. That's how we're gonna get better. We're all getting better. Watch. All right. So find you equipment. All right. Let's do that. Let's research it. And it don't have to take long. You can put 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour into it. If you want to do a little bit more, then go ahead. All right. Now everybody have a good night. Happy New Year. Air hug, everybody.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. Be safe.
Y'all be safe.
All right, y'all do the same. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.